Well, it's very unfortunate that the Pope quoted the bigoted words of a medieval emperor who had nothing positive to say about Islam. But I'm glad that he now clarified his position, and he said that he doesn't share those words. But as you could see, that this has already created a lot of a stir.
Well, what I'm saying is a clarification about two people that are coming incited about the fact that he didn't necessarily mean that, because the Pope went back and said, that's not what I meant, and those are not my words, yet we're seeing these riots on the streets around the world.
Well, you have to understand that the statement that the Pope quoted was absolutely negative. It said that nothing came from Islam but evil and inhumane things. And it came from a person who has a very high respect throughout the world. He has a large following at a time where we need more healing than inflammatory statements. Now, I understand that the Pope didn't mean it, but you can imagine what would happen if the religious leaders in Egypt would say nothing comes from Christianity or Judaism but evil and inhumane.
You know, he said that he didn't mean it, and I think a lot of people are upset because his apology was kind of half-hearted in a way. But the reaction has been extreme. There have been a lot of protests. There have been some fire bombings of some churches in the Gaza Strip. Has this angry reaction put a bad light on Islam when it really is a peaceful religion?
I agree with you that some of the reactions have been very extreme, and American Muslims have condemned the violence that was done in the name of Islam in reaction to the Pope comments. But for the most part, most Muslims were just expressing their dismay with what they have heard and wanted to get more clarifications from the Pope, and the Pope did. And I think now we have to move on and try to create better understanding between religions.
Well, this just can't help your cause, though, when we see these pictures and when they're saying, you know, death to the Pope, and you have people that are widely respected in some of these countries, some of these clerics calling for the assassination of the Pope.
I think this is unacceptable. We condemn that. It doesn't also help to perpetuate, you know, some of the deep prejudices against Islam. And I think we all wanted to hear more forceful words from the Pope. I believe his statements point to the fact that he wants to move on and not to accept those words. It's unfortunate, actually, because we just concluded a very important meeting, an annual meeting between Catholics and Muslims in Michigan just a week ago. American Muslims really have a very good relationship with the Catholic Church and the National Council of Catholic Bishops, and so this came just at a time where we want really to bring more understanding and respect. Absolutely, and we hope that the rhetoric in this calms down and the violence definitely ceases. Louay Safi, thank you for joining us this morning. We appreciate your insight. You're welcome.